What is the point in learning about the stories of the prophets? Even if you are not part of the Muslim faith, you can still benefit in listening to their stories. They preach good morals. Everyone can learn from them. Destroyer of the idols. Ibrahim was a believer in the one God, unlike his father and the rest of his people. Instead, they were idol worshippers. They made statues of wood and metal to pray to, hoping they would bring them good fortune. He knew that there was going to be a great celebration on the other bank of the river, which would be attended by all the people. Ibrahim waited until the city was empty, then came out cautiously, directing his steps towards the temple. The streets leading to it were empty, and the temple itself was deserted, for the priests had also gone to the festival outside the city. Ibrahim went there carrying a sharp axe. He looked at the stone and wood statues of the gods and at the food laid in front of him as offerings. He approached one of the statues and asked, "The food in front of you is getting cold. Why don't you eat it?" The statue kept silent and rigid. Ibrahim asked the other statues around him, "Will you not eat?" He was mocking them, for he knew they would not eat. He once again asked them, "What is the matter with you? You do not speak?" He then raised his axe and started smashing the false gods worshipped by the people. He destroyed them, all except one, on whose neck he hung the axe. After this, his anger subsided and he felt at peace. He left the temple. The people returned to the temple the next day, only to be shocked at the sight of the smashed gods. They turned to Ibrahim, as he was the only one who remained in the city while the others partied. They asked him, "What did you do?" He replied, "Why didn't you ask that one statue with the axe? He looks like he committed the crime." The people became very angry towards Ibrahim. He, however, had fulfilled his vow to show his people a practical proof of their foolishness in worshipping something other than Allah. Adam and his beginning. God created Adam from a handful of soil containing portions from all its varieties on earth. Angels were sent to earth to collect the soil that was to become Adam. It was red, white, brown and black. It was soft, hard and gritty. It came from the mountains and the valleys, from infertile deserts and lush fertile plains, and all the natural varieties in between. God honoured the first human, Adam, in countless ways. Allah blew his soul into him. He fashioned him with his own hands, and he ordered the angels to bow down before him. And God said to the angels, "Prostrate to Adam," and they prostrated, except Iblis, Satan. While worship is reserved for God alone, this prostration by the angels to Adam was a sign of respect and honour. It is said that as Adam's body trembled into life, he sneezed and immediately said, "All praise and thanks is due to God." Adam was instructed to approach a group of angels sitting near to him and greet them with the words, "Assalamu alaikum, may God's peace be upon you." They answered, "And also upon you be God's peace and mercy and blessings." He resided in heaven and was a bit lonely. The angels were busy praying to God. Adam had no one to confer and chat with, God knew, and created Hawa, the first woman. In the background, Satan was content in corrupting God's proud creations. He was jealous that God loved Adam so much. He lured them to a tree. The specific tree was forbidden for Adam and Hawa to eat from. Everything else was free to eat, but Satan convinced them and God was disappointed with Adam. However, he bestowed mercy upon Adam. He was punished though by being sent to earth. Allah promised that if Adam followed his commands, then he would one day return to paradise. Sacrifice of Ismail. Ibrahim had a beloved son named Ismail. Allah put that love and his loyalty to the test. One night, Ibrahim dreamed that he would have to sacrifice his son for the sake of Allah. Ibrahim was very sad because he loved his son. However, he told him nonetheless. Ismail was a brave young boy who had a lot of loyalty for Allah. He was ready and he was not scared. Ibrahim took a knife and prepared to strike his son. As he was about to be killed, Allah swapped Ismail for a ram. God intervened and Ibrahim was relieved he still had his son. Task. For each story, come up with your own moral. Explain how these morals can relate to modern times.